Hello, this is Brian Hegney, instructor of Game and Interactive Media Design, and this time we are going to allow us to actually pass through, because that's going to set up a custom event to kind of move this thing out of the way of our little walkway. So we're going to go back into our blueprint, and we probably clean this up really nicely. I'm not going to do it at the moment. But the moment we solve it, this is where we solve the puzzle, and it sets unsolved to false. The next thing we're going to do is drag off a node here, and we are going to say custom event. We can't do that yet. Probably 5 more minutes. I'm sorry, I was wrong a little bit. I'm going to right click into nowhere and write custom, and it says add custom event. That's exactly what we're going to do. We are going to call this solved. And now I can say, hey, when I set this unsolved to false, I can say solved, and it's going to say call the function solved. That is our custom event we just created. All right. Once we do that, well, what are we going to do? Number one, we are going to, let's do a, just like 5. Camera. Oh, I don't. We could set up a screen shake. What I'm going to do right now is something much more simple. I'm just going to move this wall. And so what I'm going to do is grab this, and that's again why I have backing as a seam root. Issa! That's rude! And I'm going to see how far away I need to move it for it to get out of my way. So that's 350, let's say. Okay? To negative 350. So now when I go to my event graph, I'm going to say solved. I'm going to put a delay on that. Delay about 0.5 seconds. And then I'm going to grab backing and say, oh, I'm going to do another timeline. And I'm going to call this puzzle solved. I'm going to click in here, add the float track, shift click, select the first one, set it to time 0, select the second one, time equals 5. We'll have this take 5 seconds, hit the value to 1, click these 2 buttons to kind of show the whole thing. That's great. Next, I'm going to say, okay, grab this backing, say set relative location, and it's going to constantly update that. And its location is going to be a lerp vector. This time it's not rotating, it's lerping through XYZ location. And it's going to lerp relatively from where it is right now. So that backdrop is set to 0, 0, 0. We are going to set it to 0, negative 350. And that should work. Compile, save. Not sure what's actually going to happen. It might go down in Z value. Oh, and look, there it goes. And now it starts to move. It should stop right there. And now I'll be able to pass. And that is how you can make, one way you can make a shadow puzzle. Now, the other ways you can make this shadow puzzle happen are maybe you have 2 components that need to be rotated together. And you have to come over here and click on one that rotates. And one over here. And then one over here. And they can make 2 shadow things. And the other thing you can do is once you solve that puzzle, you could open up a short little video, cutscene, that tells like why this symbol is important. The other thing you could do is, I'm going to get out of that. I'm going to come here. I know we've talked a lot about signage, so street sign, plus sign. You could develop your own signage for like what needs to happen, right? Something like that. That could signify like what the clue is. I don't know, like these kinds of signs could lead you through the path. And then there could be signage for like the puzzles. I don't know. Mountain signage. Mountain right? I mean, this is typical trail signs. You have these things here, so you could have a plus. Ooh, ski patrol, that's what that means. All sorts of cool signage that we could do. Oh yeah, black diamond. Well, that's other stuff. So I hope you use this, have fun, and build your own shadow puzzles to do what you need to do as you travel down this mountain. I think this will be very touching and sweet, and I'd love to hear the music and background you guys put into this. So if this are my students, I hope you enjoyed this. I hope you use this, and if you aren't my students, I hope this inspires you to do something fun. Bye!